At 3:30 a.m., the Iranian Revolutionary Guard issued a final radio warning. The Strait of Hormuz is closed. Within minutes, the world's most important energy artery was cut. Right now, 20 million barrels of oil are stuck. 20% of the world's liquefied natural gas has vanished from the market. Gas prices doubled overnight. The global economy on the brink of a total meltdown. This isn't a drill. This isn't a what if scenario. Today, we are looking at the 2026 Hormuz crisis. Why did Iran pull the trigger? What is the US Navy doing right now? And most importantly, how much will you be paying for bread, fuel, and electricity by next week? To understand why this is a disaster, you have to look at the map. The Strait of Hormuz is only 21 miles wide at its narrowest point. That is it. Through this tiny gap, 20% of the world's daily oil supply must pass. If you live in Asia, Europe, or the US, your life runs on the fuel that flows through here. On February 28, 2026, the situation exploded. Following a massive joint strike by US and Israeli forces against Iranian targets, Tehran played its ultimate card. They didn't just threaten to close the strait, they did it. Right now, the scene is chaotic. Over 150 massive tankers are sitting dead in the water outside the strait. They are waiting, but no one is moving. Why? Because Iran has moved its anti-ship missiles to the coastline. They have deployed swarms of explosive drones. One commander put it simply, "We will not allow a single drop of oil to leave the region. While the warships face off, your wallet is taking the hit." Let's look at the numbers. Brent crude oil has already smashed past 125 per barrel. Some analysts say it could hit more $200 sides if the blockade lasts another week, but it's not just about gas for your car. Electricity. 20% of global LNG is trapped. Europe and Japan are facing immediate power shortages. Food. When fuel prices rise, fertilizer prices skyrocket. When fertilizer costs go up, food prices follow. We are looking at a global inflation spike like we haven't seen since the 1970s. Tech. Even the AI industry is feeling it. Energy costs for data centers are surging. The cost of shipping microchips is climbing because the world's biggest cargo ships are being forced to take the long way around Africa. That adds 2 weeks to every trip. It adds millions of dollars in fuel costs. And you're the one who pays for it at the checkout counter. The US has made its move. President Trump has ordered the US Navy to prepare for Operation Aspides and direct escort missions. But it's not that easy. The Iranian strategy isn't about winning a ship-to-ship battle. It's about asymmetric warfare. They use dark vessels, ships that turn off their tracking signals. They use GPS jamming to blind navigation. Even if the US Navy destroys every Iranian frigate, they still have thousands of sea mines. One single mine can sink a billion-dollar tanker. The US chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Dan Kane, says the military is looking at all options. But the lever of blocking the strait is a powerful one. Iran knows that every day the water stays closed, the pressure on Washington to stop the war increases. So where does this end? We are at a crossroads. Either the international coalition manages to force the strait open, or we enter a prolonged global depression. Oil fields in Saudi Arabia and Qatar are already shutting down because they have nowhere to send their product. Storage is full. The economic clock of war is ticking. If the strait stays closed for another 30 days, the world as we know it will change. Supply chains will break. Countries will face blackouts. The situation is moving fast. We are tracking every update, every missile launch, and every market shift. What do you think? Is the US about to launch a full-scale invasion to open the water? Or will Iran's gatekeeper strategy win? Let us know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe for the latest on this developing crisis. Stay safe and stay informed.